Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm making a third video this week because I found some quite a few interesting topics this week. This next one is the internet's been kind of a buzz on a new uh, feature. Now, this was found in the beta version of Mac OS Catalina 10.15.3 before it was officially released, and that was a Pro mode. Now it also has in the coding a blurb that says you may experience decreased battery life and higher fan speeds. You may hear some more fan noise. And now, so we're guessing this is specifically on the MacBook Pro, more than likely, Mac Mini, Mac Thin, or whatever you call it, mobile devices. Which it kind of makes sense for people that do for the pros out there who uses mobile performance things for like video editing, visual effects, and all that. So basically, possibly if you may not be plugged in, you can still keep the MacBook Pro running in a faster mode. Enhanced performance, or I can even see this being turned on when it's plugged in. Like if you want to do it overnight, you're going to get some extra performance. Now, I do see some bad things perhaps happening with this as well, because usually when you're talking MacBook Pros, iMacs, Mac Minis, usually we go into thermal throttling with the CPU, where the operating system normally ramps down the CPU during a certain threshold to prevent damage to the processor with high temperatures. So I don't know if that Pro mode's going to bypass that thermal throttling, or thermal throttling is still going to be enabled. So it's going to go between that and the Pro mode. I'm not sure how that's going to work. So Apple definitely has to be very careful on how they implement this. Now, I suspect this is only going to be primarily on the MacBook Pros or along those lines. I could see where it might be useful in some cases, like the iMac Pro, iMacs, even Mac Minis, because even those, anything with a small enclosure where cooling's not as good, like in the Mac Pros, where often there is thermal throttling or something like that, may affect performance, then Pro mode might be useful. But then again, like I said, the thermal throttling issues definitely, I'm wondering how that's going to play into the Pro mode. So we'll see. So I want to talk a little bit about the Pro mode and how that relates to thermal throttling. Is it going to be an issue? In fact, of course, now Mac OS Catalina 10.15.3 has already been released. I'm gonna look online and see if I find if that Pro mode's been enabled any of the MacBook Pros, and maybe perhaps in a future video talk about it. So I figure I'd just throw that very interesting news blurb out there for you guys as well, and see you guys later.